How is everybody doing? Again, 1 second. Just like we're going live on Instagram, on Facebook, and now we are live. How is everybody doing? Welcome on Instagram, welcome on Facebook, and welcome on LinkedIn. And today I'm super excited to be with you. Happy Thursday, everyone. Welcome. Hello, everyone who's here with me on the live. And I hope you can hear me. There is a lot of noise around me, but I'm sticking the mic to my mouth so you can hear me well. I hope everybody's okay with that. And today we're gonna talk about something like really important. And it's for those of you, yet all of us, sometimes we have moments of defeat. We feel like we're not good enough. We have this negative self talk, like really bubbling in our mind. It's really kind of loud, and what sometimes we cannot control it. And it takes us like over a few days to go over it, and sometimes it takes people like years, honestly, to get over that. And sometimes people live with it and they don't know that it's there. And the thing is, not like I would love to share with you today, is how about if your loved ones, like your kids, they are faced with this issue of like they lose belief in themselves. What can you do to help them when you feel like their level of confidence is shaken? I want to share with you why this actually happens. Number one reason I'm going to talk to you specifically today is comparison, comparing them to someone else, whether this someone is a colleague, a friend, a brother, a cousin. And sometimes you don't have to say it verbally. Like many people tell me, we don't tell them. But like if you are even doing it with your thoughts, just your thoughts are way more powerful than your words. So like I know it can be like, because like it takes a lot of discipline to regulate your thoughts, because if you're thinking of them or comparing them in your thoughts, it definitely is transmitted to them, and then it shapes away their self-esteem. Because who has ever compared himself to someone else and felt even, or felt like they are equal? Like it's really like the brutalest thing that you can ever do. And sometimes teachers would do it, sometimes parents would do it, but the worst bully, honestly, is the one who is inside your mind, the one who is inside our kids' mind. And I usually say it's actually the okay, yeah, it's actually the bully inside the mind. What does that mean? It means it's your self-talk, how you see yourself, what you think of yourself. This is actually way has a way damaging effect than whatever other people are telling you. So I'm gonna share with you today like some of the examples that may be running your own mind, or like maybe your kids would tell you one of these. So maybe he would come and say, or she would come and say, I'm not good enough. Like this is one with the very basic ones worldwide. I am not good enough. So you find that they want to do more, achieve more, to feel that they are good enough, to get the approval of others, their teachers, their parents, whatever. But there is always this not enoughness. I am not enough. This is very dangerous. Okay. The second one, they may tell you, I'm a loser. Okay. Sometimes you say, like I jotted down for you, I'm a failure. There is a big difference. If somebody tells you I'm a failure, or if you are telling yourself this, I want you please to correct it with me exactly right now. So you are not a failure. You may say, like, just the right wording will change the effects and the results in your life. So you may say, what I did was less smart. What I did was not the best. I had a failed experience, but I am not a failure. I had a failed experience, but I am not a failure. And I love to connect with you, like this story I love to share. It's about a scientist who was awarded over like 50 prizes when he was in his early 40s. And actually it drew the attention of other people, and they had a big interview with him, and they asked him, like, what's the secret? How were you awarded all these rewards and you are at 42? Like you almost got like almost 50 rewards. And he said, like, the thing is, like, the secret is in my mom, honestly. And he said his story. He said, when I was 2 years old, she asked me to open the fridge and to get a big bottle of milk. And when I did that, I was doing, my hands were really small, so I spilled it all over the kitchen. And he still remembers, and he still actually recites the story. And what happens was the response of his mom. He had a very like responsible mom, and she was very aware. Hello, Basma, thank you for joining. Because the more aware you are, the more likely you'll bring up confident kids. The more likely you will get up kids who are mentally and physically well. So let's talk about this. So what did she do? She said, well, awesome. We had now a failed experience, like of little hands trying to grab a big bottle of milk. So the damage is done. It's already done. That's okay. She told him that exactly. And he still remembers that. And he says it on TV. And then she said, okay, now we have a big mess of milk. And you have, what do you think? Would you love to puddle in it and play in it and splash it? And he said, sure. So he started like puddling in the milk puddle and he was super happy. And then after he was done, she said, like, now it's done. Now we have to clear the mess because you can do mistakes. You always have to clear your mess. So she gave him options. Would you like to clean it with a sponge? Would you like to clean it with big tissues? Would you like to clean it with a paper towel? Like, she gave him options and they were experimenting together. He was trying with her. So when he did that, so when he did that, he was just like, okay, it's like I like, it's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to fail at something. And that's why he was awarded at the age of early 40s 50 awards in science projects and in like in science research. So this is like really huge. What would you do if you have just cleaned something and your son has spilled milk over the floor? Like, what would be your response? Like, these little things that build the mindset, the negative mindset towards themselves. They have a negative self concept of themselves, or they have a positive self concept of themselves. And you are for them huge, and the teachers are huge, and the coaches are huge, because they are like the authority figure in the life. So they believe everything you say. So if you tell them you're a failure, you're a mess, and you're not aware if you're saying that, then they absorb it and believe it about themselves, and it limits their potential a lot and their belief in themselves. This is really huge for parents and for youth. All right. So now I'm gonna share with you. So stop telling them as well. One of the things that like chips away self-esteem and doesn't make them believe that they are lovable and everybody like they are worthy of love. When parents tell their kids, nobody will ever love you as I do. Lots of parents do that. And this is really a big mistake. I'll tell you why. Yes, it is. Because for one reason, when you tell them that, you are subconsciously programming them to believe that they are not worthy of love, that nobody would love them ever except you. Like, and this is you're doing this kind of, it's a kind of manipulation, guys. Like, think about it. If I am making, look, I am your only sort of love, I'm the only one who will be always there for you. We're doing this, it's manipulating others. And if you make them feel guilty, it's as well a form of manipulation. If somebody makes you feel guilty, he's trying or she's trying to manipulate you. Am I saying they are bad people? I'm not saying that at all. They are aware that they are doing this, because nobody mentally and physically sane would love to harm his loved ones. So this is really important to understand. Well, a good exercise for you, if you want to like follow and get something really good out of this live, I would love you to monitor what you say to your kids or to yourself for 3 days. Write down the thoughts that comes to you, because we have per day. Yes, I know, it's very enlightening. I know. So we have per day like around 70,000 thoughts. We are not aware of them. They are running in the background and you do not hear them. It's good if you are aware of what's running your life so that you can change it. Because if you are not aware that there is a pain in your hand, you're not going to go to see a doctor to check what's wrong with your hand, right? So do this for yourself. It's a favor. Sorry about that. A favor for you and for your kids as well. So write down, what do you say to them? Do you always tell them, you're not spending time with me, you don't care about me, I love you most? Look at them, they did that. Like, are you comparing them? Just monitor yourself. This is the tool number one. I advise even my private clients to do it. Number one thing, to be aware of what they say to themselves before they say to others, because you tell them what is already running in your mind. And most people are aware now, like whatever we say to our kids, or whatever we say to others, is actually running first in our mind before we vomit it out. Yeah, that's the truth. Yes, I know. Yes, keep asking your question. I will definitely answer them. No problem at all. All right. So, number one, comparison. Number two, I want to talk to you today as well about bullying, because bullies are people who do not like the psychology of the bully. He doesn't or she doesn't feel good about herself or himself. They don't really like, they feel really bad about themselves. And they are actually self-critical. They criticize themselves a lot. So what they do, you know, the seesaw, when you used to play on it when we were little kids, like somebody comes up, the other one comes down, it's like to keep the balance. So what they feel really bad about themselves, and they see that there is something really good about you that they don't have. So how would they feel better than you? They would try to bring you down. They would try to put you down so that they feel better about themselves. But this is not like confidence, honestly. Bullying is like very fearful people, because fear and faith and fear and strength do not go together hand in hand. So they are very fearful, because you cannot be a confident person and make other people feel bad about themselves. Confidence means that I make people feel good about themselves. It doesn't hurt me when others as well are confident and are succeeding. But if I'm making others feel bad so I feel good about me, then there is an issue with me, honestly. So this is very important. I want to drive your attention to it. So another thing I would love to tell you. All right. So the exercise I would like you to do for 3 days: monitor what you say to yourself, monitor your thoughts, and monitor what you tell your kids. Write it down, guys. This is very useful. This is very useful, because you will understand how they are programmed and how you are yourself are programmed, right? So it doesn't matter, honestly, as well, what you tell them. It's the energy behind it. What does that mean? Like, if I am telling them, for example, I am proud of you, I love you. Am I saying it while I am really like I mean it, and I'm looking them in the eye and I'm listening to them and I'm like saying it and smiling, and energetically I'm sending it to them? Or I'm saying it to them because just like I'm scared somebody else will criticize me, or like I have to say so that to make them feel good, or like I'm just like pretending a hug, whatever. So it's not what you say, it's the energy behind what you say. Because people sense energy way faster than the words. Like they listen to the energy, to the feeling, before they listen to the words. This is very, very, very important in all your communication. So if you really want to improve communication with your kids, this is a very, very powerful tool that you can start applying effectively. But it takes discipline, because if you do not know, like I am doing this, you're not going to change it, right? If you do not know, like this is happening and I am doing, and you have these habits of diminishing other people, then you're not going to fix it. It's no fun when you make others laugh at the expense of making someone else feel bad about themselves. This is something really serious. I was asked as well by a mom, like she said, like somebody criticized her son, and they compared him in front of her to the other child. And I said, like, okay, and what did you do? She said, I said nothing. So when she said nothing, she sent a message to her son that I cannot stand up for you, that I agree with what she said, that I don't believe in you. Like, you see how our beliefs or disbeliefs about ourselves are built. This is all lacking confidence, because like there is no, and it doesn't matter. I'm not saying that she has to fight with her, whatever. Like, you come from a place of confidence, like she can say, hey, I don't accept this for my son. Well, I don't accept that you say this about my son. You cannot talk to him this way, and without being mad or angry, without being like it's not a fight. It's coming from a place of confidence, and this is authentic confidence, because it comes from love for your son. It comes from faith and believing in him, versus coming from like, I want to make her, I want to teach her a lesson, I want to make her feel bad. It's way different. It's way different. This is like a way up wide apart. Okay. So that was like today when I got the questions about how to help my kid believe in himself when he lacks self-belief. Honestly, I always work with people, like helping youth through helping parents or helping adults or helping the moms, because when they understand and they model, I don't believe in the power of lecturing, I believe in the power of modeling. So that was my life for you today. I hope you all like do the exercise I recommended, because it will improve your relationship with your kids. I hope that you be aware, like stand up for your kids, guys, not because like the teacher said or the doctor said or whatever said. Like, your relationship with your kids is lifelong. With any other person, it's temporary, and they will not forget if you stood up for them. If you were like kind of hello, 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 nice to meet you, nice to have you today. they will never forget that you stood up for them and that you believed in them. All right. So any other questions you have, please keep on sending them to me. I go live a lot these days, and today is our usual Thursday lives. So I really would love to thank you all who were able to be with me live here today, and to more lives and to more answering your questions and to all your success. Have an awesome day, and thank you for being here. Bye bye.